Don't just reduce the volume. I'm not ready here. Then you. Good afternoon from ELBC in Painesville. This is Hassan Kiawu with Newsline. 1 full hour of news, views, counter views, reports, and other developments from and about Liberia and the rest of the global community. Today is Monday, December 22. We're just 3 days away from Christmas. In the headlines, President Joseph Boakai and United States President Donald Trump discussed security and investment in major telephone call. Government to light up RIA highway today ahead of Christmas celebrations. More than 3,000 volunteer teachers and health workers placed on government's payroll through the civil service agency. And away from Liberia, Nigerian authorities secured the release of remaining 130 school children and teachers kidnapped from a Catholic boarding school. These and many more to come, including the news in French, simple English, and sports. Before all that, here is Grace Tao and the Bulletin of News.
President Joseph Boakai and United States President Donald Trump have discussed shared priorities of regional stability, economic development, and security cooperation. The two leaders held a substantive telephone conversation on Sunday, reinforcing the strategic partnership between Liberia and the United States. An executive mansion release describes the timing of the dialogue as significant, noting that it comes shortly after Liberia's assumption of a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council. President Trump extended greetings to the Liberian people and acknowledged the deep historical bonds linking the two nations. President Boakai outlined Liberia's core agenda, emphasizing his administration's commitment to good governance and sustainable growth. The release added that both leaders expressed a mutual desire to strengthen bilateral engagement. President Boakai will later today light up the RIA highway ahead of the Christmas celebration. The move, according to the managing director of the Liberia Electricity Corporation, Mohammed Sharif, underscores the entity's ongoing efforts to supply electricity to the entire country. As part of the dedicatory ceremony, President Boakai is expected to meet and interact with members of the benefiting communities. On the Super Morning Show Monday, the LEC bus said the project, following its dedication, will boost economic activities and serve as a means of security for benefiting areas. Mr. Sharif also noted that the electrification project will remain sustainable while promising robust oversight of the ongoing plans to upgrade the country's electricity portfolio. Liberia Electricity Corporation Managing Director Mohammed Sharif has disclosed a projection of about 500 megawatts between 2025 and 2030 to enhance the country's electricity sector. According to Mr. Sharif, the projected megawatts will directly affect mining companies and the larger customers, ensuring Liberians benefit from stable electricity. He said Liberia Electricity currently has 88 functional electricity capacity, stressing that the country is currently receiving a little over 130 supplies from both Guinea and Ivory Coast.
These things come with my daily and most estimated Ministry of Finance.
Mr. Sharif also noted that authorities of the Liberia Electricity Corporation is currently engaging independent power producers to get additional capacities and strengthening current supplies in the country. The LEC Managing Director also disclosed that significant efforts have been made by his administration to resolve challenges faced by citizens while pledging to continue exerting concrete efforts to ensure the sector is totally transformed. The Liberia Electricity Corporation has revealed plans to absorb volunteer workers and contractors into permanent employees as part of measures to curb power theft and strengthen operational efficiency. LEC Managing Director Mohammed Sharif said the corporation is also rolling out smart metering technology designed to detect meter bypassing by tracking those involved in illegal connections. He added that the government has allocated 50 million United States dollars in the national budget to support the metering initiatives. He also said allowing potential workers to serve without a pin creates vulnerabilities that can trigger involvement in power theft. In an ELBC interview, Managing Director Sharif said volunteers are to uphold the responsibilities of employment and carry out their duties with diligence. Meanwhile, the Managing Director lauded the anti-power theft team, headed by former GSA boss Mirabro, for the immense efforts in tackling more practices across the country. More than 3,000 Liberians across the country have been placed on government payroll through the Civil Service Agency. CSA Director General Dr. Josiah Jokai said those being enrolled are mostly people who have volunteered through the country through education and health services. Dr. Jokai disclosed that from said number, over 2,000 are teachers, while over 1,800 are health practitioners.
About 3,776. It was supposed to be a little over 4,000 because of the MCSS situation.
The CSA boss maintained that those recently added to the payroll went through a proper vetting process. Dr. Jokai spoke Monday on the Super Morning Show. Meanwhile, Dr. Jokai has disclosed that additional staffs of the Liberia Broadcasting System have been added to the list of government employees and will begin receiving salaries in January 2026. The CSA boss said significant progress has been made on the welfare of all civil servants, especially through salaries advancement. He made the disclosure Monday during his appearance on the Super Morning Show. The National Food Assistance Agency over the weekend donated food items to six vulnerable groups in Bangabong County. The benefit institutions include Banga Central Prison, Christian Association of the Blind, and Mount Zion Rescue Mission School. Others are Christ Children Home, Rainbow Town Orphanage, and the National Union of Organization of the Blind. NFAA Deputy Director General for Operations Elton Dixon underscored the importance of the food distribution to the vulnerable population, especially during the festive season.
Most of the disabilities, they have problem, so when we carry the food to them, they feel very impressed. I mean, the impact is very quick.
Mr. Dixon said plans are underway to ensure the sustainability of the food distribution. He described the impact of the gesture as huge, underscoring the challenges that the beneficiaries go through daily to provide for themselves. Meanwhile, National Food Assistance Agency Deputy Director General Elton Dixon lauded the African Union for its support to the entity's aid drive. Mr. Dixon said the institution is the government's arm responsible to provide food aid to the vulnerable population across the country. He is appealing for more donor support to enable the entity meet its goals. Mr. Dixon said the food distribution is expected to continue throughout the festive season, benefiting 8 of the 15 counties. Receiving the items, heads of the benefiting organizations thanked the National Food Assistance Agency for the gesture, describing it as timely. The National Food Assistance Agency Deputy Director General for Administration Bob Cato has admonished graduates of the Tape Memorial High School in Nimba County to find their purpose in life. Mr. Cato said finding one's purpose is a journey of awareness, obedience, and growth. He told the graduates that it is important to pay attention to their pains and struggles as it reveals one's purpose. Serving as guest speaker at the 49th graduation ceremony of the Tapa Memorial High School, Mr. Kato emphasized that the purpose of the graduate is discovered through actions and the willingness to serve, volunteer, and learn new skills. He admonished the graduates to align their choices with values and long-term impact. Workers of the Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation have lauded the managing director of the entity, Mohammed Ali, for the transformational leadership. In an ELBC interview recently, Evelyn Dan, Joyce Bernard, and Nixon Todd said the LWSC, under the leadership of Mr. Ali, is moving progressively. The named improvement of the facilities across the country and the timely payment of workers' salaries, among others, as some gains being made. Meanwhile, Mr. Ali has said the agenda of the president should be achieved. A multi-purpose town hall worth over 64,000 United States dollars has been dedicated in Town, Bomi County. The project, which is funded by the government of Liberia through a LACE project and Senator Edwin Snow, is intended to provide a dignified place for residents to host different ceremonies. Our correspondent quotes Senator Snow as promising to construct a multi-purpose town hall for the people of Town as part of his campaign messages. Speaking on behalf of the people of Town, Siafa Morris lauded the senator for keeping his promise. The citizens of Town promised to maintain the town hall as it is part of their responsibility. The Indian government says it is committed to deepening people-to-people ties and expanding cooperation with Liberia and every sector. Indian ambassador to Liberia Manoj Verma said to ensure such effort is achieved, India is currently easing travel facilitation by streamlining its visa services. Ambassador Verma named the growing utilization of capacity building opportunities, disclosing that more than 150 Liberians have benefited from the initiative this year. The Indian envoy spoke during a seminar organized by the embassy to strengthen bilateral cooperation in tourism between Liberia and India. Meanwhile, Liberia National Tourism Authority Director General Princess Cooper outlined the potential of Liberia's tourism sector, including ecotourism, heritage tourism, and experiment, experiential travel. African Union Political Affairs and Security Commissioner Bankole Adeoye has called for a holistic approach in the rebuilding process of Liberia. Commissioner Adeoye wants such effort begin with the provision of conducive learning environment for Liberian youth. The African Union Political Affairs Commissioner spoke over the weekend during the dedication of Fort Town Public School in Lower Margibi County. The school was renovated by Messengers of Peace in collaboration with the African Union Commission under its Quick Impact project at Advancing Youth-Led Peace Building and Development. Meanwhile, Commissioner Deye is commending the Liberian government for its continued support to Messengers of Peace and the African Union. And Trinity University in Lower Margibi County has graduated 24 students with master's degrees in different disciplines. The graduation marks phase one of the university's master program, making the institution the first university to offer master's degree in Margibi. Speaking at the ceremony, Trinity University President Dr. James Tonola described the occasion as a milestone for Margibi County. Dr. Tonola wants the graduates and residents of Margibi harness their potential to contribute to the development of the country. Meanwhile, the president of Trinity University is urging graduates of the institution to employ the innovation and knowledge acquired to make the difference in the society.
Grace Tower with the bulletin of news. Grace will be back later with our weather and later our foreign development. You listen to Newsline coming to you from the radio service of the Liberia Broadcasting System. We broadcast from one of the biggest stories we're following today. President Joseph Nyimambuaka and his United States counterpart Donald Trump have discussed security and investment in major telephone calls made today. Key reform has taken place in the public sector, ranging from salary increment and employment. The Civil Service Agency Director General Dr. Josiah Joke said more people from the health and educational sectors have been added to the list. He made the disclosure on the Super Morning Show on Monday.
Let me be